So today we're going to be using the KKW X Mario palette. The cartridge looks something like this. And I have opened it up and I did swatch a couple colors, but I will show you guys the colors just because from what I'm seeing, they are very pigmented. The foiled shadows are like really nice and buttery, and so far they seem like they'll blend really well. So kudos to them for making such a nice formula. This is the palette. Today I think I'm going to be working with like this, and the blue. I want to make like one of her traditional smoky eyes with blue. I saw that she posted it on her Snap story from her launch party and it looked really nice. All of the shadow names are actually in the back right here. I'm going to go ahead and put them in my description bar and in my video as I go. For the purposes of this video, since I don't want it to be too long, I did do my face already, and I am going to switch on and off from actually speaking to you guys to voiceovers, just because it's much easier for me and I can really concentrate on getting this eye look to look good. So without further ado, So I'm starting off with a G24 brush by Morphe, and I'm just pushing into my crease the color Armenian from the palette. It's a nice like warm camel color, just to give myself a nice transition. So now I'm going in with a Morphe E17, which is a tapered fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the color Albanian from the palette, which is like a rich like copper brown, to go ahead and deepen up and define my crease. Now I'm going in with an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. It's basically like a regular tapered packing brush, and I'm going to pick up the iconic shade right there, Libra, and I'm just going to start packing it on to my eyelid. I did go ahead and put some Mario Badescu Rosewater spray on my brush. I did need to wet the brush just a little bit just to get the most color payoff, and I am packing the color on to ensure that I get the highest pigment. I did not put a primer on my actual eyelid, and I did realize that this was giving me a little bit of fallout, so I do go ahead with my Laura Mercier powder to set right directly under my eyes in order to catch any fallout that we may have. So like I said, I'm just gently packing that on, making sure I get the best color payoff, and kind of carving out my eye shape so that I get a nice and larger appearance. So once I feel like I've gotten the eyeshadow to the intensity that I want, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Frosty White shade in the palette called 2008, and I'm just going to dust that over my brow bone as a highlight. Now I'm going right back in with the original shade and the original brush to just go ahead and mesh those two colors. And once I'm done, I'm going to start my reverse smoky eye. So I'm picking up a Marc Jacobs liner, putting that in my waterline and my lower lash line to go ahead and start smoking out the reverse wing. I go ahead and I pick up a Morphe G27 brush, which is just a tapered liner brush. It's kind of fluffy, so it lets you smudge it out. And I'm first creating the wing and then defining the wing with the color Miami with a flat shader brush. I do work in sections for this because I really want it to be as intense but concentrated as possible so it doesn't feather out too much. Once I feel like I've gotten that down, I'm going to go ahead and pop some more of the 2008 in my inner tear duct for a highlight. So this is the final look. This is what I came up with. It's a very nice like smoked out under lash line, reverse smoky eye with the blue. My final thoughts on this beautiful palette. I absolutely love it. Every single shadow that I used blended out perfectly. There was a lot of kickback, but I don't really mind that. I mean, I think you can see it on the pans. like all that blue, but I really don't care. So long as you know how to like use the product, you'll be fine. I will say though that the texture of like these foiled shadows, for example, are super smooth. So if you're going in with your brush, try not to like push the brush in because it will crumble. I mean, it's supposed to be soft and metallic, but that happens with a lot of colors like that. Like I have, for reference, this Huda Beauty like mini palette, and with this very color the same thing happens. So it's just, like I said, you have to be super careful, but otherwise I really like the way this lip turned out. I did not end up using any of the KKW lips only because it was sold out before I got this palette, so that's the only like downside, but I think it really came out good. I ended up using the Dose of Colors Desi x Katie collaboration. So this face is kind of like a collaboration with people who have lives and they do makeup as well. I did the Fenty Beauty on my face, Kim Kardashian's palette, and Desi and Katie's. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you love what you see, and don't forget to leave me comments. I love to read all the feedback. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye.